Welcome, foolish mortals, to another episode of the HitchHiking Host Show. We are your ghost hosts, Wes
and Jenn.
And as the Rolling Stones say, start me up!
Over Thanksgiving, Disney announced a new partnership with Turner Classic Movies, which will make a few changes to the Great Movie Ride in Disney's Hollywood Studios. TCM will sponsor the attraction, which will see their logo on ride signs, as well as updating the queue area with digital movie posters and the queue video played on the screen and also the finale video. The changes to the Great Movie Ride will be completed by spring 2015, and the partnership will also see Disney specials airing on the TCM network as well.
Jen, since the Great Movie Ride is it was in your top 5 favorite rides.
It's a good memory with that one.
Well, I had to edit it, so. What do you think of the change?
You know, I'm okay with it. Part of me is disappointed. I was hoping for a more all-encompassing what word am I looking for? Refurbishment. I was hoping they would make it kind of a bigger update because it is showing some of its age.
Right.
I like it, and it doesn't sound like the TCM stuff is going to be too intrusive. I know they also mentioned there'd be a new ride video, and I think they said it was at the beginning featuring one of the on-air personalities from the channel. So that's cool. I'm okay with it. I don't know. What about you? You're a movie person.
Yeah, I think the same thing. I was waiting for the when I saw the announcement, I thought, oh, cool, they're going to have new scenes or replace certain things.
Yeah.
Because I think, I don't know if I've had this conversation on the show, but, kids go into there and they're like, who's John Wayne? But
yeah.
They're sort of stuck because it is the Great Movie Ride.
Or even Alien.
Some movies from the past, like, 60, 70 years, but at the same time, kids are like, who the heck are these people?
Yeah, or what's Alien?
I think they could probably take some things out and make it different and keep some things in. Like, obviously keep Wizard of Oz. Like, I would have not touched that,
No.
But there's certain things they could probably replace.
Like George of the Jungle or Tarzan, whichever scene that is. I'm sorry.
Thankfully it's Tarzan, yeah.
What?
Thankfully Tarzan, and not George of the Jungle.
Well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Brendan Fraser made it into the Great Movie Ride. Oh my God!
Oh. That would knock the great off that ride to begin with.
The not so great movie ride starring Brendan Fraser.
I like his movies, don't get me wrong, but no, I've been on that ride several times where the ride kind of just stops, and meanwhile you're just watching Tarzan swing.
Yes.
And then he swings back, and then you watch him swing again.
Tarzan. And
then people are like, okay.
Yeah.
So and even like the Sigourney Weaver alien scene, it's kind of like, how many people? I mean,
this is Alien. You are with Sigourney Weaver.
You're whoop, whoop, whoop.
Warning. You see the alien a mile away.
Well, and then you see it's like dry ice, and it's like, when's the last time you've seen dry ice used as like an innovative ride?
This is the last time I was on the Great Movie Ride.
Well, I know, you know what I mean? Because I remember going on, granted Pirates of the Caribbean uses it, but I'm not going to say a bad word about pirates. But for the Great Movie Ride, seriously, using dry ice, and even the alien doesn't always pop out, and all it does is it's just I don't even think it's an animatronic. I don't remember.
It's a cardboard cutout.
Well, no, I don't think it does anything. They make the sound effects, which for the love of anybody watching and listening, I will not imitate the alien sound on air. But I don't even think it opens its mouth or moves its claws or anything. I mean, with technology, it's like the Disco Yeti. They just kind of flash a couple strobe lights and use dry ice.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like the Casablanca scenes. I like the Gene Kelly. I love the Mary Poppins. I think that's cool. I see what they're doing. I guess you could argue that they're aiming towards an older audience. Because I know usually when we go on it, the kids are just like, they're having fun playing on the smartphones. And I know like a lot of the like...
They're Googling who the stars are that they're talking about.
Well, yeah, that's true. But you know what I mean? Like when they're there, they're just kind of like, yeah, okay. And I'm not going to lie, there are times I go on there just to get a break from the heat. Yeah. But I do enjoy the ride, though, too.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of older people do enjoy the ride, too. Because I like hearing some of the conversations going around between generations. Like, oh, I remember that movie. I like that movie. And it kind of inspires conversation to it.
Right.
However, it's showing its age.
Yeah.
I think they can do... I mean, I know there's licensing and stuff involved, but I think they can do a lot more with it.
While it's still far, far away, the dates for next year's Star Wars weekends have been announced. The event will be held for 5 straight weekends on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and the dates include May 15th to May 17th, which happens to be my birthday. Those 3 days are my birthday, yeah. May 22nd to the 24th, May 29th to the 31st, June 5th to the 7th, and June 12th to the 14th. Obviously, this is a little early. We'll have more information about Star Wars Weekends 2015 as the time gets closer, but I would imagine even bigger than before, now that Star Wars Episode 7 comes out next year. I would imagine lots of publicity for that, for this coming Star Wars Weekend extravaganza. I've never actually been to a Star Wars weekend. Jen, I know you're not huge on Star Wars and you've never seen them, but I assume they get busy.
I was going to say, I actually have been to a Star Wars weekend.
I assumed you had at least seen it, yeah.
Yeah, well, we've been, and granted, my friends had to explain what some of the stuff was, so forgive me if I use the wrong names, but, I mean, I know enough of the basic plot to get a lot of it. It was cool, because, Darth Vader would randomly walk around the parks, and when he does, you hear the Imperial March kind of follow him through the park.
That's awesome.
And he's flanked by stormtroopers, so that's pretty cool. And then when you go, the main entrance, I know it has an official name, but the main entrance where the bag check is, and then where you go now to scan your magic bands, they have stormtroopers standing up there with their little guns. Star Wars, like, soundtrack music. And that's kind of cool, because it's like, yeah, whatever. But they have, like, meet and greets with Star Wars characters. I know I met an Ewok. But no, I mean, it's cool because you see the people dressed up, and I know there's a huge fan following. I remember, like, just as recently as a couple of years ago, it was, like, literally only one weekend.
Yeah.
I remember hearing... Well, yeah, because I remember hearing the stories about people being camped out, like, overnight, waiting.
Yeah.
Like, they would camp out for at least overnight to wait to get in. So, I mean, I can appreciate the fandom. I'm just not a big enough Star Wars fan to really get into it. But it's kind of neat seeing the people, like, really into it. And I know they have, like, special events.
All right. Frozen Fun is on its way to Disney's California Adventure Park.
What? More Frozen stuff? No way.
Starting January 7th, 2015, you'll be able to see some limited-time experiences. The Muppet Vision 3D Theater will be transformed into the Crown Jewel Theater, which will present For the First Time and Forever Sing-Along, which is still running strong at Disney's Hollywood Studios. It, of course, includes Anna, Elsa, Kristoff, and the Royal Historians. Olaf's Snowfest will see a giant snow play area where you can build your own snowman and hear musical performances from the frolicking fjords. Olaf's Snowfest is also where you can meet Olaf himself. Wandering Oaken's Trading Post will be there as well, where you can find all the Frozen merchandise and also Freeze the Night, a family dance party, which, funny enough, is where the Mad Tea Party used to be. So you sort of called that one, Jen. What would all this be, of course, without a chance to meet Anna and Elsa? Moving from Fantasyland, you'll be able to now meet the sisters in a new location inside the Disney Animation Pavilion for a special royal greeting. But that's not all. A new Frozen show is set to make its debut at the Fantasy Fair at Disneyland Park, which I was waiting for. And the Storybook Land Canal attraction will now feature a few new Frozen miniature houses. Let's see. When I was out in Disneyland, which I love to talk about, Frozen was really, really popular out there, and the only place you could find them was in that meet and greet, and that's why it was 5-hour waits. So like they were like nowhere else. You could not find any merchandise anywhere, other than like Rice Krispie treats. So I'm glad that they're bringing more out to California, especially for the little Frozen fans who haven't experienced any of this that the Florida Frozen fans have, that haven't gotten it, out to Florida yet. It'll be cool for them to see the sing-along and all that. I was kind of surprised they took the Muppet Theater for the sing-along. I thought maybe they would have taken the Aladdin Theater, but whatever. Maybe they need the screen. I love the sing-along too, by the way.
And you'll hear Wes singing along in his videos.
Oh yes, but yeah, I think it'll be okay. I was waiting. What I thought the sing-along was gonna be was like a Fantasy Fair show. I know we said when they first announced it, so I would be interested in seeing the Fantasy Fair show, because actually Anna and Elsa will actually have more of a part in it. And the Storybook Land Canals I liked, but they definitely could have used an update of a few new things. So I'm excited about that too. We don't know how long it's gonna last, because some of the stuff is still going on that was supposed to end in September in Florida. So
it depends on the popularity of it.
Yeah. So I guess some of that stuff will obviously be there next time I'm there, like the Storybook Land Canal and the show, I'm sure, at Fantasy Fair. But we don't really know yet how long the other stuff will last. Speaking of Frozen, we've also got an update on the Frozen Fever short film. It was confirmed that the short will debut before the new live-action adaptation of Cinderella, releasing on March 13th, 2015. And of course, Frozen Fever reunites the voice cast from the original film as well, as directors Jennifer Lee and Chris Buck, along with Robert Lopez and Kristen Anderson Lopez, with a new song for the short. I'm definitely going to see this in theaters, Cinderella. I probably would not if it wasn't for the short, so they did their job. I will stay for the movie. I won't leave, obviously, but that makes it like a must-see for me now. While before the short being there, it was sort of like I'll probably see it in theaters, but now I will.
I plan to see Cinderella anyways, because I do enjoy the movie. I'm not sure how I feel about the Frozen short. I like what they did when they did the Tangled short, so I have high expectations, but we'll see. Made with Magic items are now available at Disney parks, which include the Sorcerer Mickey wand, Minnie Mouse headband, and Disney ear hat. A Light Up Mickey Mouse Club will also be available as well, beginning in spring 2015. The items cost $25 each and can be used at select Disney experiences in Walt Disney World and Disneyland, such as Wes's favorite, Fantasmic.
Why is it my favorite?
I don't know, isn't it?
Probably.
So for those of you making New Year's Eve plans, good luck if you're going to Disney World. Here's a rundown of what will be happening. Epcot will host a light show at the Future World Fountain Stage, a smoke-billowing dragon at the China Pavilion, a Europop performance in the UK Pavilion, and a Latin band and DJ on the American Garden Stage. For Illuminations, Reflection of Earth, we'll have two performances as well, at 6 o'clock p.m. and 11:40 p.m., followed by a countdown and fireworks to celebrate the new year. At Disney's Hollywood Studios, there will be specialty drinks and food available, as well as performances from a DJ, and Mulch, Sweat, and Shears, who count down to midnight with a fireworks spectacular. Magic Kingdom will host a special New Year's Eve presentation of Fantasy in the Sky fireworks at 11:50 on December 30th, and have another showing on, you guessed it, December 31st.
So, Jen, have you ever been on New Year's Eve in Disney?
I have attempted. And put it this way, we tried to go to Epcot one morning because we heard about the fireworks and how I've heard the fireworks at Epcot are incredible. I've heard if you're into fireworks displays, it's something you have to experience. So I said, okay, let's go see it. The trams were running 3 at a time, and they were picking people up, like going 3 at a time, like parked right next to each other, running at the same time. And there was such a crowd waiting for the trams that it's like there hadn't been a tram for like hours. It was like 5 deep, and I think it was like 9-10 o'clock in the morning. Like, it was really close to the beginning of the day, and and we were parked on the other side towards, like, now I can't remember the names, but the other side of the Epcot parking lot. That's basically like the overflow parking lot. So what we do is we watch the wait times on our My Disney Experience or whatever the wait times apps are, and we'll watch pictures on social media. So if you're going to spend one day in Epcot, make sure you really, really, really want to, because there's lines to get into the land. Soarin' gets up to like a 3-4 hour wait. I think at one point, I know I've seen it. People doubt me, but I know I've seen like a 340-minute wait for Soarin'.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah, there's people that'll they basically take turns and switch around. Like, they open up all the grassy areas as viewing areas for the fireworks, and I watch people post pictures on social media of people just camped out there all day. Like, they'll sit there and then, okay, hey, let's go on this ride while you sit here and relax. Okay, cool. And they just rotate, and they reserve their little spaces on the lawn. I don't like to do Disney that aggressively, so for me, I'm like, no. I go the next day, and it's Ghost Town.
Yeah.
It's one of my traditions to spend New Year's Day in Disney. We usually go to Hollywood Studios. I won't be there this year because I'll be up north. But on New Year's Day, it's Ghost Town. All the rides are walk-ons, because probably everyone else is still sleeping in. But
everyone else is drunk, hungover.
Yeah, I like to go New Year's Day as opposed to New Year's Eve. But
yeah,
if you're gonna go, make sure it's what you really want to do, because I've seen the wait times and I know they get up there. I can't imagine it's enjoyable.
This week we're going to start talking about more holiday things. I don't know why I did that, but anyway. This week our main topic is going to be all about Epcot's holidays around the world. One of the best times of the year at Disney World is Christmas time. Disney makes any holiday spectacular, and Christmas is certainly no exception. Throughout the World Showcase, you can find lots of activities for the whole family.
One of the most beloved celebrations is the Candlelight Processional. Every night, the Christmas story is told in readings by a celebrity narrator with music by a mass choir and a 50-piece orchestra. Some celebrities narrating this year are Jonathan Groff, who is Kristoff, Neil Patrick Harris, also known as Barney, or Doogie Howser, Whoopi Goldberg, Anna Gasteyer, and Ariel, aka Jodie Benson, to name a few.
Yes, and speaking of Anna Gasteyer and the Shreddy Balls.
Yes!
A popular addition to seeing the Candlelight Processional is to get a special package. This includes dining at one of Epcot's restaurants, plus reserved seating for one of the performances that night. Prices vary depending on the restaurant you choose. Of course, some of the participating restaurants include Via Napoli, Coral Reef, and Le Cellier, to name a few.
Epcot also celebrates cultures throughout its World Showcase. In each pavilion, you can find a storyteller throughout the day. Each storyteller will tell you about that country's traditions at the end of the year. Some depictions you might find include La Befana, Père Noël, Los Tres Reyes, and Santa.
In the American Adventure Pavilion, you'll find Santa and Mrs. Claus greeting guests for photo ops among their workshop. You'll also find a miniature village on display.
Another tradition you'll find in Epcot is a choir of gospel singers performing gospel music to celebrate the season against the backdrop of the Fountain of Nations.
One of the things that World Showcase is most known for is the shopping. Throughout the holiday season, Epcot offers many gifts from not only Disney, but also from the countries around the world. You're sure to find something for everyone on your list here.
Food is also a big attraction in Epcot. During the holidays, you can find special treats throughout the World Showcase, both for the adults and the rest of your family. The promenade features a turkey waffle. It has a roast turkey and green bean casserole mixed in a sweet potato waffle. In Morocco, you'll find honey walnut baklava. Of course, the American Adventure features fresh baked cookies. What's not to love about finding fresh baked chocolate chunk or sugar cookies or even gingerbread men? Gerstocker Glühwein is featured in Germany. Epcot brings the popular and traditional German drink stateside. It's a glass of red wine served hot with cinnamon, cloves, and light citrus flavors. In Italy, you'll find panettone, which is a sweetbread loaf, and I know I butchered that pronunciation. Cioccolata calda? I don't know. Italian-style hot chocolate and Moscato wine, which tastes like Sprite if you like wine.
I'm surprised they don't sneak the Beverly in the Italian-style hot chocolate. I've seen people spit it out.
Oh, can you imagine?
Yeah. I've never been to the holidays around the world at Epcot, obviously, because this was the first time I've gone down there during any holidays, like last month. But Jen, I'm sure you've been there. What do you think of it?
Honestly, it's my favorite time of year. I've seen the candlelight processional in bits and pieces. I know that's kind of like, I know there's people that will be yelling, throwing things at the screen. I love the candlelight processional. It's not easy to make me cry, so when I say it makes me cry, believe me, it makes me cry. It is beautiful. And I like that they have celebrity narrators. I know it's kind of interesting to see the different crowd sizes based on the different narrators. I think I've told some, I don't know if any of those stories have made it air or not, but I know I've seen the Glühwein, and I honestly want to try it. I have not tried it, but it's really pretty. I like seeing all the countries decorated. Christmas happens to be one of my favorite times of year, and if Epcot and going to Disney at Christmas doesn't get you in the Christmas spirit, I don't really know what will. Like, it's beautiful. The decorations are incredible. I know walking into the World Showcase, they have a Christmas tree, and it has Merry Christmas or the seasonal greetings decorated all over the tree with the different flags, and it's just really cool to see.
Yes, definitely that's on my bucket list to check out. I would love to see Epcot all decked out for the holidays. Just going to every country and seeing what they have and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely, I want. If you're gonna be around there, definitely check that out, because why wouldn't you? But hopefully one day I'll make it down for the holidays to check out Epcot during the time.
I almost did.
I was close. I thought maybe they'd have it, but they didn't.
No.
Okay, well, that does it for this episode. We're going to have more holiday-themed episodes coming up in the next few weeks as we get closer to the holidays, obviously. But until then, Jen, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on Twitter at JenMan83.
And, of course, you can follow our other hitchhiking host, Mandy, at Mandy Disney on Twitter, and on her Flickr account, Storybook Princess. As for me, you can find me at Wes A List on Twitter. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/westside515. And of course, for our hitchhiking host links, at HitchHostShow on Twitter. Follow us. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/HitchHostShow. You can follow our Instagram, at HitchHostShow. And, of course, subscribe right here on YouTube, youtube.com/HitchHostShow. Until next time, don't forget to...
Hurry back,
for the next episode.
See ya.